stressful. You have to shop, cook, clean, prep, and take care of the kids all at the same time? Chum, that's a lot. That's a lot all at once. So I stopped doing it that way. When my husband's family would come over, we'd be hosting up to 60 people. I am not joking about this. I cannot make this up. 60 people would come over and I'm like, there's a lot to do. We got kids. We can't be leaving everything to the day before, day of. I need a system. So I developed this system a good decade ago. Luckily, next weekend, we're only hosting 10 people. So this should be a walk in the park. I apply this system no matter how many people we're hosting, whether it's 60 people, 40 people, 10 people. The system works. It's less stress on me. It's less stress on the family. And this function can be executed seamlessly. And for 10 people, this is the kicker. It only costs $26. Oh, yes. My name's Angela, and welcome to Nutritionally Cheap. Let's get into it. So this is my system. The key is spreading the tasks out throughout the entire week. You don't let everything build up for day of or the day before. I start prepping for these functions literally weeks before, especially when it comes to the meat. The meat, I'm looking 2 weeks out to see what's on sale and what the menu can be. So once I get the chicken, I can pre-season it at least a week in advance, and then I'll put it in the freezer, and then it will marinate and be delicious. Not only that, but it's one less thing off my plate week of. Because if I leave everything for the day before or the day of, it is chaotic. It's crazy. You're taking care of the kids. They want to eat while you're trying to prep stuff. You're cleaning up. It's too much. We have to get it done beforehand for our sanity, because I am not about the day of chaos. So when I was ready to plan the menu, chicken thighs were on sale. And I was like, oh yes, the glory meat. Chicken thighs are one of the best cuts to serve for guests. Like, for us, hands down, love it. So since these chicken thighs were on sale, automatically I'm like, we are making chicken shawarma plates. I'm gonna serve it with a Greek salad with homemade dressing, tzatziki, homemade hummus, and a basmati pilaf rice. This is going to be incredible. So today's the Saturday before our function's going to happen. So I'm gonna be seasoning up these delicious premium cut chicken thighs. I need to tell you, these chicken thighs, I looked through the flyers on my Flip app and I saw them. They were on for $1.99 a pound. That is insane for this premium cut. The chicken thigh, it doesn't even have the back attach on it. Let me tell you this. Drumsticks were on for the same price, $1.99 per pound. Drumsticks go on sale all the time. The chicken drumstick, all the time, $1.99. But chicken thighs, when they go on sale for $1.99, you gotta scoop that up because they are so expensive normally. I'm gonna show you guys how much I saved on these chicken thighs. I'm gonna show you the receipt. The savings are like cha-ching. You'll see. Come on in, let's see that receipt.
Take a look at what I paid and how much I saved. I saved $74.23 and only paid $34.37. That's a 68% savings.
If you want to see how I score incredible deals each and every week, check out my sales first video right here to see how I do it. So yes, 10 people are coming for our function. And I have 4 packs of chicken thighs here. There's 32 pieces here. I'm not making 32 pieces for our guests. 3 packs are gonna go for the function, and 1 pack I bought for our future self and our family. $1.99, future self says thank you. These other 3 packs, 24 pieces. Again, we don't need that much for 10 people, but I always make extra. First off, people might be hungry day of. They're still not gonna eat that much chicken. Second off, we always send food home with our guests. They go home the next day, we give them a little takeout package, say, thanks for coming, be on your merry way. Because when they get home, they don't gotta cook now. They were here all weekend, so like, they can just go. Third, if nobody even takes the food and they say, oh, we don't want it, we have food for the next day. I don't have to cook the next day. We have dinner. So if that grill is getting turned on, we're gonna make extras. It's all gonna fit on the grill. We're making extras. We're saving time. We're being efficient. Instead of plopping this chicken thigh straight into the freezer, I'm gonna season it all together, portion out those 8 thighs, put it in a bag, and then put it in the freezer because I'm already seasoning right now. So I may as well just season it all together, portion that out, pop it in, because then my future self doesn't even have to season the chicken. Time saved, being efficient if I'm already getting my hands dirty. So this chicken I bought with the skin on. It's always cheaper that way. Especially with chicken thighs, it is so easy just to strip that skin off. It will take me 2 minutes for all of this. So Butcher de la Angela just finished stripping these chicken thighs. That's me. I pay myself with the savings, not the butcher. So it's washed as well, and now we're gonna put this delicious shawarma seasoning on it. I make my own blend. I don't buy a pre-made blend. In this bottle that I'm gonna put on this chicken is cumin, paprika, allspice, turmeric, garlic powder, cinnamon, coriander, cardamom, salt and pepper. By the way, the cardamom, I get the pods and I crush that up myself because it's way more potent, way more delicious. I've tried it with the ground stuff before. It is not the same. The pods, it just adds that little something. So I'm gonna get the seasoning on the chicken. I'm also gonna grate this entire clove of garlic. So that's about this much. I'm gonna grate all that on there. The fresh garlic, you just grate it and then it just melds and it gives it so much flavor, especially when it's sitting for pretty much a week in the freezer. It's gonna marinate and be so delicious. Those flavors are gonna get to the bone. Okay, let's get to the seasoning. The shawarma seasoning. Yes, I'm seasoning this in a pot. Some salt and grate the garlic. It is so hard to grate garlic with a glove on. Like, come on now. And then a little bit of olive oil, just a tiny bit to meld everything. And now we're gonna get our hands dirty. This is looking insane. Like shawarma shop style insane. So the chicken is done seasoning and ready to be put in the freezer and portioned. So this is all 4 packs of chicken, the 32 pieces of chicken. So I know I showed you the receipt, but all this chicken cost me only $34.37. That's a lot of chicken for that little bit of money. But like I said, we're not going to be using all this chicken for the function for our group of 10. So I've portioned the chicken. This is for future us. Thank you very much. Work is done. These 2 are the party shawarma. I've labeled these as well. Party shawarma, the date, party shawarma, the date, and this one, just shawarma and the date. So I know when it got in the freezer, we can do a first in, first out situation, and nothing's going to waste. By the way, when I'm always labeling this meat, I'm always looking for my permanent marker in the drawer. I don't know if I'm the only one, and I don't think I am. Every time I go into that drawer, my permanent marker is gone. The girls keep taking them every single time. I'm like, where's my Sharpie? And the girls are like, I don't know. I walk in the room and there's like 3 Sharpies in there. I'm like, put my Sharpie back. Goodness gracious. Every time. So I had to start writing on it, do not touch, so they wouldn't take it to their room. Because every time I'm labeling the chicken, I can't find it. Drives me crazy. Okay. There we go. Let's move on. Thank you for listening. So the portions for the party, there's going to be 2 men, 4 women, and 4 kids. These chicken thighs were actually quite big. So I allotted 1 per woman, 1 per child, and 2 for the men each. So when I'm doing the costing, I'm going to allot those 12 chicken thighs, not the extra that I'm making to send people home with food or if we have leftovers for the next day. So this will cover the 10 people on the day, and this only costs $12.60. So let's pop everything in the freezer, and then what we do is we pull it out the night before, let it defrost, pop it in the fridge, and then the next day it will be defrosted for us.
So today's Monday. I'm starting to get the house organized. Whatever's laying around, everything finds a home today. And after this, the girls know nothing stays out. Today's Tuesday. It is grocery day. I was already in town. After work, I stopped off at the store so I wouldn't have to make an extra trip out. And then Wednesday, I'll be cleaning the bathrooms.
So today's Thursday. I'm getting a head start on the hummus, tzatziki, and the Greek dressing. By doing it in advance, I'm saving so much stress on the event day and the day before. It's crazy. And since I'm making it in advance, all that garlic that I'm putting into each of these recipes has time to melt and chill and marinate. So by the time comes the party day, the flavors have all come together so beautifully. It's going to be incredible. So I'm making double batches of everything today. First off, because y'all know that's how I roll. Second, we can send some of this home with our guests, or we can enjoy it throughout the week if we please. All the items that I am using for these recipes, I got on sale or I got for super cheap. That's how we're keeping our costs in check. So our first recipe is my homemade hummus. This recipe is so easy to make and it yields so much for such little money. First off, I'm starting with this big can of chickpeas. For chickpeas, I'm using this international brand. This brand, regular price, is consistently cheaper. It's cheaper than the brand name sale price. So I know that this one is a go-to every time. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rinse off the peas and I'm gonna put it into a pot with a little bit of baking soda, and I'm gonna cook it down for about 15-20 minutes. Reason being is if you cook it with that baking soda, it's gonna break down the fibers in that chickpea, so it's gonna make this hummus this really rich, smooth, delicious hummus. So along with the chickpeas, we're gonna put tahini, lemon, fresh garlic, some salt, a little bit of olive oil, cumin, and smoked paprika. Everything's gonna go into my magic bullet. I love this thing. It blends up the hummus so smooth. I use this magic bullet for everything. For smoothies, grinding oats, marinades, you name it. I love this thing so much. If you're interested, I've linked below the exact one that I use if you want to try it out for yourself. There's the chickpeas coming along. They're simmering with a little bit of water and that baking soda. So the chickpeas are just about ready. You want the chickpeas to cook until they're bloated. I'm gonna rinse these chickpeas off real quick so it takes off that baking soda flavor. So you start with the chickpeas, put some of the tahini in, put some of the lemon. Then we're gonna do some cumin and some smoked paprika. Oh, and a little bit of olive oil as well. And our fresh garlic. And I'm also gonna put some water in it because this is gonna help everything blend together and it'll be super, super smooth. The hummus is done. Get in here and see how creamy and smooth and rich this looks. Look how incredible that looks. You saw it. It looked awesome. This massive bowl of hummus cost me only $2.60 for this whole batch. I allotted half this batch for a function for 10 people. So that means this costs only $1.30 for what I need for the party on Saturday. That's an incredible deal with my sale items, my super cheap items. You can't go wrong. $2.60 for all of this hummus? That's crazy. So our next recipe is my homemade tzatziki. Super easy to make. We have Greek yogurt, we have a little bit of olive oil, we have a cucumber, lemon, a couple wedges, salt, dill, pepper, That's it. Easy. So I grated the cucumber and removed the moisture from it. One more ingredient that I did forget to mention, which is kind of the star of the show, is fresh garlic. This is gonna elevate this tzatziki like no other. All the yogurt in, cucumber, some dried dill, some salt. We have our big lemon wedge, olive oil, and the fresh garlic. Y'all just saw how long that took. That took us what? 1 minute to whip up this batch of tzatziki? And you saw how much there was. There was a lot. This whole batch cost only $3.50. You can't even go to the store and get those itty bitty containers of tzatziki for $3.50. You're paying like $4 to $6 for a tiny, tiny container when you can make this much for $3.50. And y'all know this is made with Greek yogurt, so this is packing the protein. So, for the party on Saturday, we have 10 guests. 10 guests are not going to eat all this tzatziki. You're just going to put a couple dollops on the side. We're going to be using about half of this for the party. So that half is $1.75 for 10 people. Next, I'm making my homemade Greek dressing. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I have not found a Greek dressing that I love at the store. I've tried so many and they all are so underwhelming. And I'm like, there's gotta be a better way. And you know what the better way is? What I make at home. This Greek dressing is just divine. I use ingredients like apple cider vinegar, olive oil. I have the seasonings, oregano, dry basil. I put in salt, put in pepper, and then Dijon as well. Of course, fresh garlic, and to balance everything out with a little bit of maple syrup and just a tiny bit of mayonnaise to emulsify everything together. It is amazing. We'll start with the olive oil, apple cider vinegar, oregano, some pepper, whisk it up. So again, y'all saw that dressing took no time to make. So now it's all mixed up. I'm gonna put it into this bottle. This bottle is actually an old hot sauce bottle. So that's what I use for my Greek dressing. So I just take a funnel, I take the bowl, easy peasy. Oh my gosh, I couldn't have worked that out better if I tried. That's the whole bottle. Come on. Something's on my side today. I did not even know that would be a whole bottle. Small wins. That's one of them. Okay, so this big bottle, 10 people are not going to consume this whole bottle on the event date. I'm allotting half of this bottle for the event date. This whole bottle costs $2.30, and for the function, we're going to consume half, which we probably won't even, it's going to be $1.15. Like, come on. I'm going to quickly saute off the onions and the garlic for the rice pilaf. Ah, that's hot. Olive oil, and in goes the onions. Now I'll add in the garlic. The sauteed onions are done for Saturday for my rice pilaf. Okay, I'm done all the prep for today. We have my homemade hummus, tzatziki, and Greek dressing. Now that I'm done all the prep, I'm gonna put this in the fridge and I'm gonna wipe down all the counters so I can get that out of the way for Saturday. Now once these counters are all wiped up, we're gonna be confined to this little counter space right here. If anybody wants to make any food, prep a snack, that's where everyone goes. So if my kids come up here and want to start making themselves a snack, I'm like, not on that counter. On that counter. Yes. And then when all the guests come, all the counters are free reign. I can't be the only one that does this. Am I? Comment below if you do this too.
Since all the food prep is done, I can now start wiping all the kitchen counters down. Today's Friday, and now all we have to focus on is sweeping and mopping the floors.
So today is Saturday. It's the party day. We're so excited. We love hosting over here. And by doing everything in advance like we talked about, it is stress-free today. All I gotta do now, cook the chicken, cook the rice, chop up the salad, and we're done. I have sale ingredients here, so we're keeping costs in check. In this salad, I am putting olives and feta. Yes, these are pricier ingredients, but I still keep it within my budget. When the olives go on sale, I pick them up so I have them for when I need them. The feta, I always buy in this massive tub. This massive tub is 13 bucks. It's such a great value doing it that way, because if you buy those little itty bitty feta containers, you're paying 7 bucks just for that little bit, and you get so much more, like 4 times more for 13 bucks. So let's get into the salad. I'm gonna chop that up. And look how gorgeous that salad is. So fresh, not skimping on the feta. I put the olives on the side because olives are an acquired taste. Rice, I always buy in a massive bag when it's on sale, so that big old bag costs around 10 bucks. So the rice is just about done cooking. When it's done, I'm gonna fluff it with a fork, and I'm gonna add these delicious sauteed onions and garlic. It's gonna add so much flavor to that plain rice. It tastes like you actually did something when it was so simple. I'm sorry, check out that rice. Let me tell you, it tastes just as good as it looks. And when it comes time to serve, I am not transferring this into a serving dish. First, who's doing all those dishes? Not me. Second, we don't even own that many serving dishes because then we'd have to store them, and no one's got space for that. And third, the second you transfer the rice into a serving dish, it starts to cool down. And who wants that? If you want to keep it hot, keep it in the pot. If you want to keep it hot, keep it in the pot, in the pot. Want to keep it hot, keep it in the pot, in the pot. Want to keep it hot, keep it in the pot, in the pot. Want to keep it hot, keep it in the pot, in the pot. Keeping things practical makes hosting so much less stressful. I don't care what anybody thinks. Are people getting fed? Yes. Are people getting my time, love, and energy with homemade food? Yes. And that's what matters to me. Presentation is not the priority. Eliminating stress is. Speaking of grilling, this is no joke. We are in Canada, and this is a copious amount of snow, but we still grill here. We even shovel a path to the barbecue so we can grill. It's pretty hilarious, but we get her done. Look at all that snow. Let's get that chicken on the grill. And my husband braves the cold, grilling this meat. He's honestly amazing like that. And snow or no snow, if it tastes better, we're doing it. Look at those buttes. Those are gonna taste so good. So everything is done. And the guests aren't here yet. That's on purpose. I'm gonna put the chicken in the oven for a warming hole, put the lid back on the rice, and let it continue to steam on the stove. Because I do not cook when guests are here. Because when you mix cooking under pressure with conversation, it is not a good mix. And I am going to avoid that at all costs. So once people get here, all it is assembling and plating the food. And chit chat with no pressure. So all the food here that I have, these are the exact portions for 10 people. So these are both the tzatziki and the hummus is the half batch right there. The salad, that's for 10 people. The 12 pieces of chicken and the dressing. We'll only use a little bit of that. So all this food here for my 10 people cost $25.55. Wow. Wow. You can't even get takeout for 2 people. for $25.55. So that works out to be an average of around $2.50 per person. The men a bit more, the kids a bit less. It's incredible what we can do on a budget and eat healthy still and feed 10 people. Listen, if I tried to do everything yesterday and today, I would have lost my mind. Cold coffee, kitchen chaos. Nobody's got time for that. And then when you start juggling 6 things at once, this comes in on cue. Mom, she's not playing the game that I want. Mom, I'm hungry. And it's always when you're like elbow deep in garlic. I know y'all have been there. That's exactly why I do what I can ahead of time to make the day of simple. When you prep smart, shop sales, and spread the tasks out throughout the week, hosting suddenly feels not so overwhelming. Everyone eats well, has fun, and importantly, you can enjoy it too. If this helped you out, hit subscribe for more ways to save money, stress less, and eat amazing. Thanks for hanging out with me here on Nutritionally Cheap, where we eat healthy, feel amazing, and save that moolah. Now let's end this properly. We're like that cheap. Nutritionally cheap. That's how we eat. Nutritionally cheap. And for the love of frugal living, if it's not on sale, don't buy it. Let it wait. See you in the next one. Bye.